Hi YouTube, this is Kia Riley. I am a lash business strategist and business consultant. And today we're going to be talking about how lash artists can become irreplaceable in an ever-changing market and economy. So with new technologies, products popping up everywhere, clients spending habits are changing. It's starting to feel like the industry is just shifting a lot faster than lash artists can keep up with. So I talk to a lot of clients, I talk to a lot of lash artists who are struggling in their business and they're feeling the pressure. They're saying things like, clients aren't booking like they used to. I'm losing a lot of clients to DIY kids, or even, some of my most loyal clients that I've had for years are just starting to drop off. And they just don't know how to turn it all around. And these are some of the most amazing artists. So today I'm going to break down some reasons why your service, whether it's DIY lashes, eyelash extensions, whether your price is $100 or $500, whatever your offer is to clients, why they don't see you as irreplaceable. So reason number one, why clients think you're replaceable is because you are selling to the wrong people. Now, how do you know that you're selling to the wrong people? Well, you know you're selling to the wrong people when the pool of people that you're selling to is too small to consistently be targeted. Okay, so the law of averages, the law of large numbers, the more people you have to sell to, the more opportunity you have to gain clients. All right, so don't niche down too far because you basically just run out of people to sell to. So you want to make sure when you are selling that you have a big pool of people, they have a really big problem, and they are able and willing to pay for the solution. Okay, so reason number one, you have the wrong people. Now, there are two groups of people that you just absolutely do not want to sell to. These are on the do not sell to list. So the first type of person we call freeple people. Okay, freeple people. These are the people that always want something for free. They want a little bit for little to nothing. Okay, and they think that if you're selling something that's more than what they're willing to pay, that you're ripping people off. All right, so freeple people, you don't want to sell to those people. The next type of people that you don't want to sell to are cheaple people. These are the people that will only book with you when you're cheap, right? So when you only have a discount, when you only have a special, cheaple people will arrive. Okay, but those are the two people that are on the do not sell to list. Okay, so who do you sell to? You want to sell to what we call freeple people, right? The freeples. These are people that want to buy at a premium rate. Okay, so here are the reasons why you want freeple people. Number one, they have the ability to pay, which makes it super easy for you to sell to them. They have the money to pay. Okay, check. Have the money. Well, we'll just say money check. All right. They have the desire to pay you. So freeple people are the people that actually prefer to pay you high end because they prefer the quality and the luxury and convenience of your high-end service over cheaper, lower quality alternatives. So they have the desire to pay. The third reason is because they respect the value of high prices. So they see high prices actually as proof that you can deliver the result. And number four, um, and the next reason is they do not argue over cost. Okay? Non-argumentative. Non-argumentative. Why? Ariana Grande said it the best. They see it, they like it, they want it, they buy it. Simple as that. Okay, so freeple people. These are the people who you want to sell your high-end eyelash extension services to. They have the money, desire, respect, and they're non-argumentative. All right. Now, just because freeple people have the money, desire, respect, and they're non-argumentative, does not mean that they're just going to throw you their money. So, how do you make them actually pull out their wallets? Well, the easiest way is that you want to sell to people who need your business. Sell to people who need your business to do their business. It's almost like selling lashes to lash artists. Okay? So you want to sell to people that image is currency. Image is currency. Why? Because one thing about people that have money is that they want to continue to make money. All right? So image for them is currency. How they see themselves is currency. How other people see themselves makes them money. Okay? So who are some of those types of people? All right, let's give some examples. Who are those types of people where image is currency and they need eyelash extensions to show up better in their business and personal life? All right, let's say business consultants, right? Business consultants. Why business consultants? Business consultants because their image is what builds trust with clients and partners. Like, could you imagine a business consultant telling you they can help you make more money and you look like you have more money than them? Right? Now they can be super smart, have everything that you need, but if their image is not up to par, then they can potentially lose a sale. So image is currency for them. Who is someone else? Let's say luxury realtors. They're selling $1 million homes, multi-million dollar homes. Luxury realtors. They're not going to miss out on the commission because their appearance is off. First impressions for them, selling to high-end clients is really important. Okay, so luxury realtors. Let's give another example. Can you think of another example?
Social media influencers.
Social media influencers. So we'll say the lifestyle influencers. Why? Because they're closing 5 and 6 figure deals. Lifestyle influencers, okay? Because their image literally is how they make their money. They have to make sure that on every social media post that they're presentable and they reflect the brand deals that they were trying to get, right? So if they're looking like 5 and 6 figures, they're going to eventually get 5 and 6 figure brand deals. And they're not going to risk that by not looking up to par. Okay? So these are people who you want to sell your high-end eyelash extension services to. Remember, image is currency. Sell to people who need your business to do their business. All right. Now let's talk about DIY lashes, right? Because now DIY lashes have entered the chat. So DIY lashes. Who are some people that need DIY lashes, right? When we talk about servicing people, we always want to focus. If you want to talk about being irreplaceable, you want to focus on this one thing, which is needs. Write that down. Needs. Why do I say focus on needs? Because when you need something, you make sure you always have it. So you want to take yourself from being a nice to have, right? A want is nice to have, right? Things you want is nice to have, but the needs are things that we must have. You want to be a must have. Okay? So we want to cater to needs, focus on needs. So who are some people that have a need for DIY lashes? How about pregnant women, right? Pregnant women. How about that? How about after their second trimester where they can't sit for 2+ hours, right? You have loyal clients you have for years, and then one day their life changes and they're pregnant and they can no longer lay for 2+ hours to get eyelash extensions. Well, what do you do with them? You just say, hey, I'm sorry, but after your second trimester, I can't help you anymore. But like, good luck on your journey, right? Or do you cater to their need and give them what they can have so that they're able to go into this next phase of life still being able to feel beautiful and not feeling shame, right? So pregnant people. Who else? Who else? Let's talk about people with alopecia, right? They don't have enough natural lashes. Alopecia. Who else? Cancer. They don't have enough natural lashes to get eyelash extensions. Trichomania. I'm not going to write that word, but you know what I mean. All right. So they don't have enough natural lashes, but DIYs, right, can help with their need. They still want to look beautiful. Are you going to say, well, you don't have enough lashes, so you don't deserve to look beautiful? Sorry, can't help you. Right? How does that even sound? All right. So who's someone else? Who's a entertainers who may need to switch their look up often. Entertainers. All right. So unlike eyelash extensions, they don't need to have a look that lasts 2 to 3 weeks. They need to switch up probably every day if they needed to. DIYs would serve that need. Okay. Another example. Make sure this is on. Another example could be the biggest one right now that's taking over is people in financial strain. Financially stressed people that still want to look beautiful, but they don't have the means for eyelash extensions anymore. And you don't, you can't lower your prices anymore, but you can still help them by giving them something that's affordable and it still makes them feel high end, right? So people in financial strain. All right, so that brings me to my next point. So I know with DIYs, we have a lot of pushback in the industry right now. People are like, "Oh, you're not a real lash tech if if you're doing DIYs. This is our competition." But this product here solves the needs of not just these people, but many more people. Right? We can say this one alone, financial stress. This one alone helps a large number of people. So we have to redefine what it means to actually be a service provider. Okay? Because a lot of times we think that being a service provider is just about providing services for clients when it's being in service for clients, right? So you're in service. Okay? And being in service means you're solving real problems for the right people. Okay? When we talk about being irreplaceable, we want to make sure that we're solving real problems for real people and not just ourselves. So put your clients first. All right? Now, what are we on, the second reason or third reason? We're on the second reason, actually. So the second reason why people find you replaceable, clients find you replaceable, is because you're not solving a real problem. No problem. Like you created a solution to a problem that no one needs or your audience doesn't need, however. Okay? So, for example, let's say like what does that mean? For example, when we talk about, let's stay on the DIY conversation. When if you had a client and they're like, hey, I can't afford eyelash extensions anymore. I'm having to space out my appointments more. I'm feeling really bad about that. But do you offer DIYs? Right? And you say, no, I don't offer DIYs. Well, why not? Because they're really bad for your natural lashes. Right? Now, for them, their problem, what they just expressed to you, without saying it, right? Without saying it as much, but they implied, hey, their real problem is, hey, my mortgage is 3 times than it was last year. My mortgage has just 3x'd, okay? Or eggs are $12, okay? These are real problems. These are real problems. Okay? So when you say, well, hey, but your biggest problem is you need to save a few of your eyelashes, that's not a problem for me. They'll take the few eyelashes. Okay? Or they'll go to someone else. They'll go to someone else who will solve their problem. My mortgage is 3 times as much. Eggs are $12, but I still want to look beautiful and not feel bad that I can't afford a high-end service. Okay? So you have to make sure that when you're solving a problem for people, that you're solving a problem that's actually like a real problem that's in the real world, not just the lash world. Because lash health is a lash world problem. These are real problems. So make sure when you're solving a problem, they're problems that people have in the real world. All right? Because when there's no when there's no problem, there is no real pain. And people pay to get out of pain much faster than anything else. So if there's no problem, there's no real pain. And if there's no real pain, then there is no real pleasure. So why am I paying you? Why am I paying you again? I get no pleasure out of giving you my money. I actually feel worse by giving you my money. So no pain, no pleasure. And when there's no pleasure, there is no desirable result. I don't want it. Uh-oh. What was that? I don't want it. Whatever you trying to sell me, I do not want it. There's no desirable result for me. Okay? I'll give you a moment to write that down. No problem, no real pain, no real pain, no pleasure, no desirable result. All right? And the third reason why people, your clients, think that you are irreplaceable is because you're solving a small problem. Right? Your problem is too small for me to want to pay for. Like it doesn't really like matter that much. Like it matters, but it's not that big. Okay? So small problem, what are examples of small problems? Number one, when we talk about appearance, looking pretty, like lash styles, your angel set, your wet set. Okay? Angel set, wet set. Like no one's going to bed at night saying, oh my goodness, I just cannot go another day without having an angel set. Like I just can't do it. Like this is not keeping people up at night. So it's too small of a problem when you're marketing to them. It's not moving them to buy. Okay? Or saving money. Saving money. Why? You say that's a big problem. We think that's a big problem, but people are still spending money. We think we're helping them, but really we're just hurting ourselves. Saving money. Well, why is that a small problem? Because saving money, if you're focusing on that, you're focusing on them spending less with you. Okay? Spending less with you. Automatically, they're going to compare your solution of saving money to something else that does the same thing, which I promise you there are a million more options that can help them save money. Okay? So, cheaper options at that. So, you have to focus on solving bigger problems. Why? Because the bigger the problem, the more expensive it is to solve. Let me give you an example. What is a big problem? What is a big problem for people? Let's go back to the mom. Let's go back to the mom. Right? A big problem is, hey, my partner didn't even look at me today. And it's been that way for some time now. And I can't blame them, I don't put myself together anymore since the kids. I barely have time to do my hair. I don't even like to look at my own self in the mirror. So why would I even expect my partner to look at me? Right? But I want to turn this around, but I don't know how because I still just don't even have the time. This is what keeps someone up at night. Okay? And I promise you, they will pay you a premium if you can help regain some intimacy in their marriage. Okay? Or what's another example of a big problem? Well, let's take a professional woman. Professional woman. She's in corporate. I had this really great idea, and I was really excited to pitch it. But this morning, I didn't have enough time to put myself together, so I rushed through my beauty routine, and before I left the house, I didn't feel completely confident about how I looked. And so when I got to my meeting today, I sat in the back, and instead of pitching this great idea that I've been working so hard for, I didn't say anything, right? Because I wasn't confident. And I think I could have just missed the biggest opportunity of my career. That's what keeps people up at night. Okay? So solving bigger problems, I guarantee you, they will pay you a premium if it meant getting them that promotion, if it meant regaining that intimacy back in their marriage. Okay, so solve bigger problems. They're more expensive to solve. The bigger the problem, the more expensive it is to solve. Okay, now what are we on, the fourth reason? Oh, no. Now, how do you know what people are struggling with? Like, how do you even know that people have problems? Like, what are their problems? You want to become, I don't need to write that. You want to become an active listener. Active listener. One of the biggest problems that we have in this industry, right? I think just any industry, actually, just as being humans, is that we talk more than we listen. Okay, so instead of creating these wonderful things, right, that you think is so wonderful, you're creating these packages. You're putting out these services, and you have to then convince people to love it as much as you do. What about, instead of taking that time and that energy into that and putting it into that, what if you just put that not even that same, but what if you just gave people what they desired to buy already? Like, what if you were just the person that just delivered the thing that people already wanted? Like, no convincing needed. Okay, so give people what they already desire to buy. Stop convincing. Right? X. Stop convincing. All right. Now, next thing, you want to ask the right questions. People aren't just going to voluntarily. Well, sometimes it happens to me sometimes, which is funny because I'm such an introvert where people just want to come up to me and vent. But most of the time, you have to ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. Now, I have an example question. You want to use your social media platforms to be more interested in people than you are trying to be interesting. I promise you. Like, people will flock to you. So here's a question. What's the biggest challenge? I want you to write this down. What's the biggest challenge you face when it comes to feeling confident and keeping up with your beauty routine? Right? And then you're going to take that answer, right? Ask the right questions, and guess what you do? You find the right answers. And these answers, what's so awesome about these answers here are that they're going to reveal to you the problems that people have that they're actually willing to pay you to solve. No guessing required. Okay? So stop convincing, ask the right questions, and find the right answers. So there are 2 Facebook groups that every lash artist needs to be a part of. Not to go in there and spam, okay, and advertise. But these are groups that are literally hubs where people are explaining their frustrations with their beauty routines, what they wish they had and how it's affecting their life. Like it's literally giving you all the answers. Okay, so these two groups are called, oh, did you get that written down? I'll wait. So these two groups are called glow up tips and self care tips. Okay, these are literally hubs where people are in there asking other people for help. And I got some examples of some of the things that people are saying. So one of them says, "Hey babes, these are my eyes and I'm only 22. They make me look older and I can't afford surgery right now." And another one says, "How can I improve my looks? I've let myself go pretty bad since having kids. I've been breastfeeding for a few years, which has drained the life out of me. I hate looking in the mirror because I don't feel pretty. My face is very asymmetrical due to having some teeth extracted." Okay? So literally eyelash extensions can solve these problems, right? Like what if you were really good at customizing eyelash extensions where you know, or DIYs, where you know how to style them based off of facial features, where you can enhance the facial features, soften the features, lift the eyes, and take 5 to 10 years off of someone's appearance without them having to get surgery. Okay, or you can give that mom that what does she say? She's drained the life out of, and she doesn't want to look in the mirror. What if you can? Oh, she's let herself go pretty bad since having kids, right? What if you can just give her something where she doesn't need to spend 30 to 45 minutes getting ready and feeling beautiful, right? So join those groups and become an active listener. Okay. All right. So reason number, I believe we're at 5. I believe we're at 5. Are we at 5? Reason number 5 why your clients think you're irresistible, we'll say 5, is that you are the wrong person. You're the wrong person. What makes you the wrong person? Well, number 1, because people don't know you. Stranger danger, don't know you. So you have to remember, like when you're marketing, you're marketing to complete strangers. Now we know ourselves, right? And so we're like, I'm nice, I'm great, I know what I'm doing. Like we're so assured of ourselves, but we have to remember people don't know you. Like this is usually your first impression on people. Okay, so automatically we have to think about what we've been programmed since kids to do, which is stay away from strangers. Okay, so we have to show up in the marketplace enough. So we have to show up in the marketplace enough for people to feel like they know you, right? The more people feel like they know you, the more they like you. But right now, the second reason is they don't like you. They don't like you. You haven't proven yourself to be likable. Your posts look like pay me, right? So they don't know you, they don't like you. What's the third thing? If they don't like you, they don't know you, then they don't trust you. Why would they pay you if they don't trust you? Right? Like, do you just hand off money to people that you don't trust? Right? So they don't trust you. So you have to deem yourself trustworthy. And the easiest way to do that is if you put them before you. Okay? Show that you're all about them. Catering to their needs. Understanding what their needs are first. All right? So don't know you, don't like you, don't trust you. So you're the wrong person. And the next reason, this is number 6, right? The next reason is that you have the wrong price. Wrong price. With the wrong price, you are either too high, or you're too low. I'm like, what? Too low. But so what does it mean when your price is too high? That means that your price outweighs the result. Okay? So they're paying more than what your result is worth, what you giving them. Or your price is too low. Now, what do you mean when I say your price is too low? When your price is too low, people don't believe that you can produce the result that you say you can produce. Right? It's almost like if I said I'm gonna sell you a vintage, authentic Chanel bag, like the latest edition for $50. Like immediately, what goes off in your mind is, okay, what's wrong with it? Who did you steal it from? Like, is it defective? Is it even real? Right? So your price is too low. Now, how do you get from too low? I mean, how do you get in between too low and too high, right? Just right. How do you get the right price? So when you want to raise your price, right? Most people know, most artists know that their price is too low. But how do you get from too low and you want to raise your price? What you want to do is you want to give them something to compare your price to that justifies the price in their mind. Okay, so let me give you an example. Because the price, the main thing with pricing is that it needs to make sense. The price needs to make sense in the environment that the price is in. Okay, so for example, let's go back to the 22-year-old. Let's go back to the 22-year-old that says that she basically looks older than what she is, but she can't afford surgery. Okay, so let's compare two prices. She can either get surgery, right? We'll say surgery is what? Let's say surgery is $5,000. Right? I don't know. I'm not real versed in surgery, but I know it's a few thousand. Right? So it's $5,000, and then she'll probably have to take, depending on what type of surgery, she has downtime. Right? She has downtime where she's gonna have to hide in her room for a certain amount of time. Okay, so $5,000 plus downtime. Now, with your eyelash extensions, let's say, hey, you're great at customizing lashes and you can give her a look that enhances her features and makes her look younger in 2 hours, right? And let's say you want to price that at $500. So now you got a $500 service plus wait, $500 service. You can do it in 2 hours. She gets the result in 2 hours and she has no downtime. No downtime. We're gonna say DT. No downtime. All right. Now, out of both of these, $5,000 in few months downtime, or $5,000 in downtime, versus $500 2 hours service results and no downtime. Which one would you choose? 500. Right. So it makes it like a no-brainer, even when your price is at a premium, because you gave them something to compare it to. They don't even have a second thought. Okay, so you have to make your price make sense in the environment that it's in. And it always starts with the need. Okay, more people need, more people value, more people pay. Alrighty. Now, reason number, I think we're on 6 or 7. The next reason why people, the next reason, 7, perfect, thank you. So the next reason why your clients think that you're replaceable is that you have the wrong presentation. Like, you're just talking about the wrong stuff. Everything that's on your website, your marketing, it's not what they want to hear. Okay? How do you know when you have the wrong presentation? Number 1, you're selling the pieces of your thing. Pieces of your thing. Okay? And what do people usually do when they sell the pieces? When people usually sell the pieces, we usually pack a bunch of things into our service, right? And we think that we're over delivering to a client, but all we're doing is overwhelming a client. Okay? So when it comes to getting results for people pay you for speed. So more is not better, faster is better. Okay? People will pay you for a faster result. All right, the next way you know that you have the wrong presentation is that you are selling the process, right? Because we love what we do so much. We're like, yeah, so, with classic lash extensions, it's a 1-to-1 ratio where I put one eyelash extension onto one natural lash. And so what that does a lot of times is it tells your client, your potential client, how hard it is, right? Like they're automatically thinking, oh, that sounds pretty tedious. So selling your process, selling your process turns a lot more people off than it does online. Okay, so don't sell your pieces, don't sell your process. Okay, and the last one is you're selling your person. How do you know when you're selling your person? When you emphasize the things that the service has or that you have. I have my license. I have, years of experience, or, the eyelash extensions, they do this and they do that. And so you're making the product and you the more important thing over your client. So what you want to do is you want to shift from your person to you, the person, to your client. And how you know you do that is when your presentation says, you get this, you get this, and you talk more about what they get out of the deal, which makes them way more likely to book with you, right? Because they feel like the important person. And the last reason why your clients think that you are replaceable is that because you're just not findable, right? You're not findable. Like the hundreds and thousands of people that need you don't know where to find you. So a lot of times we find ourselves like using social media as a space where we go out and look for clients, almost like how they used to do back in the day with the door-to-door salesmen when they come and knock on everyone's door and try to sell you a vacuum cleaner, right? So we do the old school sales. Okay, but it's much easier for the hundreds of people to come to you, right? People come to you, right? Because there's many people, right? These are many people, many people come to you versus you, one person coming to many people. What are you laughing at?
The way it sounded.
And then you coming to many people, right? You're only one person. You're only one person. There's only so many people you can get, you can reach out to. But especially with social media, there's like an infinite amount of people that can come and find you if you just made yourself findable. Okay, so stop chasing and start just making it easy for the clients who are already looking for you to find you. Okay, and so if you will understand and apply these foundational principles that I showed you today of why people are not booking and finding you replaceable, well, it's just that you have positioned yourself as replaceable. But if you do the things that I showed you today, then you'll become irreplaceable and bring on more clients than you can even take on. I'm somebody that also learned these principles that just completely upgraded my life and business. And I'm now able to create this life where I get to see my family every day, my 2 kids, my husband, my 3 dogs, and we get to travel. Every day is an adventure, and we get to just live life. And I'm no longer hustling and grinding all day. So I created this YouTube channel not so that I can just, appear smart or, babble on camera, but because I've learned and applied these things. And when I learned, they completely changed my life. And I know that they can do the same for you. Until next time.